Hello and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Night DM. Once again, the Sunday Knights will continue on their adventures in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your host, Stuart, the Sunday Night DM. Before we head out, we would like to take a moment to say thank you to Epidemic Sound for the intro soundtrack, at Beluga Tunes on Twitter for the SKDM logo and all character-related artwork, Johnny Neal for the introduction voiceover, Streamlabs and Streamspell for the stream background and player borders. A special thanks to Chris for his background work on hosting the stream. With all that out of the way, I invite you to sit back, make yourself comfortable, and let's see how the nights roll. Oh, hello, good evening, and welcome to a new game of Sunday Night DM Presents. This one is a new campaign in a new setting. We're going to try this one slightly differently. So, darkness. Darkness is all you can see. Darkness covers everything. Psilocybin. You awaken, and the darkness fades. Make a perception check.
It's a 14.
You look around. You look up, and you can see buildings either side of you as you're looking up. You can see the roofs, and then above that, where should be sky, you see nothing but darkness. You can see normal distance within a city, but darkness above. Make a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 20.
Okay. You close your eyes again. Flashes in the back of your mind of a burning city. Fire. And then nothing. This is how you wake up here. You move around.
Okay. As I look around, is there anything that's destroyed, or does it all look relatively intact?
No, everything looks relatively intact. Just the sky is covered in darkness. No stars. No clouds. Just darkness.
How do I feel in myself? Do I feel injured? No.
You feel fine.
You
feel like you had a bad dream.
Okay, so it wasn't a late night then.
Okay. No, it just feels like a bad dream. But you woke up in an alleyway.
Oh, my normal MO then. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in that case then, I mean, it's a dark sky. That's pretty odd, but God knows what I got up to last night. I'll do my morning stretches, get ready for the day ahead. Can I make another perception check just to have a look around, see if there's anything I've noticed?
Yep.
That's a 19.
Okay. You're at the back of the alley, so it leads out to the street in front. You can see people walking past in the street, all different kinds of races.
Okay. I'll do my morning routine, which is just double check I've still got all my clothes on. You'd be surprised how often that occurs to me.
You're carrying everything. Roll the d20.
That is a 3.
Sorry, was that
3.
What does it say on the table?
Bear with me. I have a sweet smell about me.
There you go.
Okay.
So, are you leaving the alleyway?
I will stumble towards the alleyway in the best way that a overweight, rather demute, middle-aged, balding, fat man can. Smelling much better than I normally do, to be fair, as a hobo. Nature's blessed me with a decent smell for a change.
Cool. So as you leave, let me just see. As you're leaving, you step out of the alleyway and straight into a white dragonborn. Alcor.
The bloody hell was that for? As I just get walked straight into, turn around, kind of surprised because I wasn't even expecting it.
Pardon me, I just come down from the alleyway there.
Why were you in an alleyway?
This, where I slept last night. You don't sleep in alleyways. You one of these home people with houses and roofs above them.
Yes, I'm a normal dragonborn. I have a home.
Normality is a spectrum, son. You need to get out that narrow mind frame. Old psilocybin could teach you something.
It means I don't get a cold or a fever. You know what I mean.
So, is it just me, or what's the deal with the sky there? Is this normal?
Guys, I don't actually know.
So, make a history check.
History. Oh god. That is a 4.
I mean, you've been here maybe a week, and it's been dark the entire time you've been here. No sunlight, no stars, just darkness above. The city's light, the city's lit, but it's darkness everywhere else.
I think it's pretty normal here. Pretty normal. Can I make an insight check on this person who's just walked into me?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Anything of noticeable that could either be a threat or anything like that. Oh,
Okay, what did you get?
I got a 12.
I mean, just seems like regular homeless looking person. There are some of them floating around the city. Doesn't appear to be evil. You know that the city guild is usually collecting up homeless people, so for him to be there, he must have recently arrived.
I'm guessing you haven't been here very long.
I don't stay anywhere long, really. I'm a traveller, a salesman, a travelling salesman, you might say.
And what do you sell?
Oh, this, that, everything. Mostly mushrooms, though, that I forage from the hedgeways when I walk between towns.
I won't question it, okay.
They have herbal properties, you know. It's not just for partying. You can cause all kinds of nastiness to go away with mushroom poultices and mushroom brews, that sort of thing.
You like your mushrooms?
I love me mushrooms.
You know what? People like what they like.
Second.
It's slightly awkward.
Okay, so are you still standing on the corner?
Yeah. Just standing there awkwardly.
People passing by, people move out the way as you are still standing there in the way.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good point. I'll probably just move not into the alleyway, but just out of people's way.
Okay. As you move closer to the corner, a door swings open on the opposite side of the street. Kai, you leave small looking tavern and you see the white dragonborn that you've seen floating around for the last couple of days on the opposite side of the street.
Perfect. So I take that opportunity to first go to the white dragonborn and give him like a cold stare, given that he's kind of my natural enemy because of the elements that we have.
I'll just give him a nicey stare back.
It's the gold scales of Kai. I mean, you've had your fair share of disagreements while you've been around. Kai, make a history check. Maybe not. Okay, so while we wait for him to pop back in. So, send me a quick message. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so, you know very little about the sky. You know very little about this dragonborn, and then all of a sudden there's a human in front of him, rather squat-looking, tatty-looking human, and they seem to be having some kind of discussion. Yeah, it smells sweet.
And how sweet he's smelling, I'm kind of going to ask him who you might be.
I'm psilocybin, the famous psilocybin. Everyone knows psilocybin. I travel from town to town selling my mushrooms. And that's about it.
I haven't heard about you. It's
Neither have I.
Well, it's because you're probably all house owners and the landry gentry. I'm real.
if you say so.
Anyway, why is there some kind of dragon town? All these dragonborns running around.
What's wrong with dragonborns?
Well, you're just very rare, that's all. I'm not used to seeing you all.
And then I kind of say, moving on. I am here to find my friend, my best mate, who was Nilkar, and he kind of ran away from my village, and I'm just trying to find him. He's a black dragonborn. Have you ever seen him, psilocybin?
Christ, you wait for one Dragon Ball and three come at once. No, I'm kidding. No. It's not very nice when you lose your friends. I've never had any, so I don't really know. But
That's sad.
no. I'll just I'll look at the white dragon and go, he's the only one I've ever seen before. I think it's hard to tell.
And disappointed me just looks around and tries to see if I can spot anyone else who can give me some insight.
Make a perception check.
$14.
As you're looking around, I mean, there doesn't appear to be any black dragonborn around. A couple of blue ones passing between buildings further down. Every so often you see elves passing, black cloaks, hoods pulled down behind their heads. A couple of them have staves. A couple of them seem to have like long chains that hang down from like the front of what looks to be a strange metallic looking belt. Every so often you see smoke traveling off their cloaks. These are guys that you've seen quite often in the city. They seem to have some kind of power that people tend to avoid.
Can I do like a perception check on them and kind of get what their powers are?
I
can I
would
do
say
something
I
to
would
understand?
say I mean, you get the sense that some of the people here have abilities that you've never seen before that seem to suit the darkness that surrounds in the sky. Frostfall. You stumble from the tavern following the gold dragonborn, and you see a friendly face on the opposite side in Alcor, the white dragonborn.
Alcor, greetings. Who are these?
Hello
Who
there.
are these folk you speak to?
Just another dragonborn and another human. Just one's not very well dressed, but kind of interesting. Likes the mushrooms quite a lot. The other, well, just different dragonborn.
Greetings and well met, friends.
Oh, you are very polite, aren't you? Psilocybin, nice to meet you. And I'll stick out my grubby hand to shake yours.
Frostfall will sort of inspect it just for a second before grasping it, probably rather weakly, and giving it just a single pump. Frostfall, at your service. Tell me, what do you know of the darkness above?
Well, I don't really know. I've only just got here. You want to ask the white dragonborn there? What's his name? Alshaw, Alcohol, whatever his name is.
Alcor, I think you'll find, if it pleases you.
Thank you. That is correct, Alcor. Not alcohol.
No, there's always time for that later.
Tell me, do you remember much before coming to this place?
I mean, It depends on what kind of night I've normally had. I mean, if I've had a successful day's trading, I'll go into the bar and, well, after then it normally gets a bit wheezy, and chances are I'll wake up in alleyway anyway, so no is the short answer.
I, too, my mind is foggy, hazy. I struggle to remember things.
I'll have a look at your head and I'll just go, so how many times are you being hit up there then if you keep on forgetting stuff?
Well, I try to avoid being hit whenever possible.
Yeah, it's a good philosophy in life. You Dragonborn should listen to him. He's clearly got some wisdom about him.
And tell me, what brings you to this city?
Well, just selling my wares, that's all. I've got moved on from the last place, and I've come here now to start selling.
I couldn't imagine why you'd possibly be moved on from the last place you called home.
Gentrification. One word for you, gentrification. It's happening all over the place. As soon as a hard-working, working class comes to dig himself up out the hole and become one of the merchant class, they move him on.
Truly, the truth is like salt. Men want to taste a little, but too much makes everyone sick. I fear you are wise beyond your years, sir.
Beyond my years, I've got too many of them to count.
Can I make any sort of arcana check for the obviously unnatural darkness above? You say there are no stars, no clouds.
There's no stars. Yeah, you make something that you've been curious about for a while now. But yeah, you can do it. You can make a check.
So 16 total.
The darkness above is constant. It never changes. You woke up in the city several weeks before. No memory of how you arrived, and that darkness has always been there. You sense that the darkness is not a magical darkness. It's more like a natural phenomenon that's happening above.
Truly, this is a wonder of a phenomena which is above us. I come from the far north, where the ancient mountains near touch the sky. And even there, with the long night, you can still see the stars and the moon. And yet here, nothing but blackness.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious what's happened. As I look up, psilocybin will come up with one of his normal conspiracy theories. It's clearly Big Torch. The Big Torch manufacturers have somehow managed to black out the sun, and that way they can sell more torches, you see. It's one big capitalistic scheme.
You're very paranoid.
As Frostfall and psilocybin, you're looking around, you see off the corner of one of the buildings, cloaked figure, kind of cowering in the shadows, watching you. Corvin, you've been observing this group for a while, watching as the city guard are moving in and out. There seems to be more of them gathering within the group, within like the immediate area you've watched. As one would disappear, then two more would arrive. You've been here a long time. You know the reputation of the guards of the city. Okay.
I step to the side into the shadows and disappear, at which point I shall reappear stepping out of the shadow of the white dragonborn. I look each of them in the eye as I say, maybe this conversation would be better held elsewhere.
Holy crap, we have a magician.
You look over as you didn't notice them, but psilocybin and Frostfall, you happen to glance and you see the movement in the shadow disappear and then reappear behind Alcor.
Don't do that. I'm an old man. You'll have me having a heart attack. Creeping up on folk like that. Jeez.
That's not my problem, friend.
Oh, well, I'm glad you had your friend on the end of that. Otherwise, it might seem creepy.
Indeed.
So you're in open, attention being drawn.
Well, in my long life experience, when someone steps out of the shadows and tells you to move on, it's probably the best thing to do.
Now, hold on. No one should ever tell anyone what to do unless they have enough to throw. But that's a different situation.
I didn't tell you what to do. It was merely a suggestion. And I turn and start walking down the street. If you want a more conversation, there's a nice tea house round the corner.
I would follow Corvin and leave the group because I don't think the group has any idea of what's happening. And someone at least does.
Okay, so you follow along.
A good conversation always better with tea. So let's go with for the tea.
Well, I thought it was code word for a brothel, but I suppose I can have a chai. I'll move on with.
I too could do with some refreshment. Lead on.
Round the corner. Open the door. Tiny bell rings. Halfling woman looks up from behind the counter. Oh, Corvin. Lovely to see you again. The usual?
Please.
Very well. Are you drinking alone?
I have some guests with me today.
Very well. I'll prepare the usual selection.
Could I have a private room, please?
Yes, that can be arranged.
I nod to her.
I'll jab Alcar in the sizing. See, I told you it was code word for a brothel. Private room.
She disappears. She disappears behind the counter as if she's jumps down off a box. And then a door swings open on the left.
I shall follow through the door towards the private dining rooms.
There better be good tea.
You head in.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
If you haven't
I'll
had
gleefully
halfling
go in.
tea, you haven't had tea.
Oh, whatever floats your boat. Some people like halfling tea, but yeah, whatever.
The room you all enter is full size, full medium creature size. Small round table in the middle. 6-7 seats dotted around it. A small fireplace in the corner. Small flames crackling on it, but the flames are a greyish black, and there is no smoke. But the room is well lit.
This is rather ostentatious for a tea room.
That's what I'm thinking. What sort of tea are we getting?
That is up to you. I take a seat at the table.
I'll start messing with the seat next to him to see if it reclines or not.
Make a strength check.
Oh shit. 14.
It seems to recline.
Yeah. I'll just mutter underneath my breath. Yeah, definitely a brothel.
Hmm.
Are you sitting in the
I
chair?
haven't seen chairs do that.
I'll recline in my chair, if that's okay.
And the chair collapses under you.
Look at this. Poor workmanship. Poor workmanship. This probably been made by slave labour, this is, in some factory up north.
Through the doorway walks the halfling. She sighs, places a tray on the table. On the tray is a teapot and 5 mugs. Like teacups, but for halflings they're probably mugs.
Frostfall will groan.
She walks over to the chair, looks at you, psilocybin. Well, another one like you, and pulls out a wand. And the chair fixes itself. Please be careful of the furniture. It's been here a long time. And she tucks the wand away and then leaves the room.
If it can't hold a human's weight, I doubt it can hold my weight. I'm just going to stand.
Okay.
I pour myself a cup of tea.
Steam rises from the mug, from the cup.
I would try to inquire from the halfling what's happening. Why is it so dark outside?
This information, you have the right person to answer it. Corvin, he will answer your question. I have a tea shop to run. And she keeps on her way out the door.
So over to you, Corvin. Answer me. Or I would just walk away. I don't want to waste my time.
Also, just an FYI, you're paying because I've got no money. Lovely tea, though.
Gold Dragonborn's so impatient.
I look at each of them. I take a sip of the tea, put the cup down, and look at each of you and say, so you truly have no idea why the sky is dark?
Not a clue. I arrived a week ago. I thought it was normal.
Do you know where you are?
No.
Nay, none of us do.
There is a simple answer for you then. Welcome to the Shadowfell, my friends.
The what?
The Shadowfell.
Who named a town that?
That is not the name of the town.
No.
Can I make an Arcana check
So how-
just to see how much I know of a Shadowfell?
Yeah.
Nat 20, so 26.
I mean, you know that there are different realms. Material plane is where most people live. Shadowfell is a lot of dark things come from the Shadowfell. Not much is known about it. The Feywild, more is known about that because more people have experiences there.
Would I know that places are mirrored between the material plane and the Shadowfell?
You would know that there is some kind of correlation between the two. So it's not necessarily mirrored, but the world is seen differently. So it's sort of like maybe it was the same at one point and then it split, like two different universes in the same world.
Frostfall will stiffen then, as Corvin says it, we're in the Shadowfell, and he will look around him with a slight tinge of horror in his wide eyes.
Can I roll perception to see if I see Frostfall's horror?
Are you hiding it, Frostfall, or are you?
No, I wouldn't. I think he'd be genuinely panicked to find himself in another plane of existence, and the Shadowfell to boot.
You don't need to roll it. Your passive is high enough that you would see his immediate reaction.
I'll point over to him. Well, what's going on there? Why is he looking all panicky and stuff at the word Shadowfell or whatever it is? Where he looks freaks out.
I can only assume you know nothing of the Shadowfell.
I know lots of things, but I don't think I've ever wandered into this place before.
Then let me welcome you. This is the toxic plane of darkness and power, the hidden place that hates the light. Welcome to the frontier of worlds unknown.
Oh, that's a bit dramatic. God, no wonder he looks so horrified.
So, hang on. Phyllis Simon, you can say this place's name, but you can't get my name correct? What the hell?
Yeah, I have a problem with names. So we've got Quan over there being all creepy and stuff, talking about these shadow realms, and you know the frosty guy and Cobra Kai over there.
Frostfall, if you please.
That's what I said. Frosty face or whatever it is.
So, Corvin, what do we do? How do we get out of here?
Wow, that begs the other simple question that I would like an answer to. How did you get here?
I don't remember. I am thinking hard, but I simply can't remember when I came here.
I wish I could tell you.
At the fact that I've realised that I've got no idea how I've reached this mysterious realm, I'll just start double checking that my kidneys are fine, that no one's harvested my organs, because that does tend to happen when
Make
you're
a medicine
homeless.
check.
Medicine check. A 9.
Your body seems fine.
Right, well, I've got my kidneys. What about everyone else?
Hold on, your body seems fine. The mushrooms, however, are different
Ooh.
shades of grey.
Are my mushrooms currently on show?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No, that entirely depends on where they're growing.
It's a bit like
God.
spots. You never know really where they're gonna crop up. I'll have a route around my nether region. Maybe look, but I won't say anything. But I'll look there several times during the course of the next conversation, just maybe feeling myself as well, just making sure everything's there.
I don't think that's where kidneys are. I'm no expert on humans, but yeah.
You'd be surprised what the harvest, son. It's not just kidneys, you know. You want to check everything. Your Franken beans, all that lot. There's a market for everything.
Clearly. Hang on, how does one actually get into this Shadowfell, and how did you get in here?
I was born here.
And you wish to escape?
I just wish to know how you got here.
That we cannot answer. But pray, if you help us, perhaps we can help you. There are worlds outside of this one. Worlds of light, of emotion, of extremes of heat and cold. Surely you'd prefer to live under a blue sky with sunshine warm upon your face and not in this realm of toxic darkness. A place that hates light.
I am comfortable here. Are you not?
I most definitely am not comfortable here.
And I know there are many worlds. The Shadowfell connects them all. This is the mirror that shapes the many lights that you want to live in.
Tell me, Corbin, who rules this city? Who are those strange hooded figures with the chains?
Who would they be?
I told you already. In the message.
Oh, are
Yeah,
they?
yeah, that's
Did you make notes?
Soundguard?
Yeah, is just checking my messages. Sorry. Is that the conversation we had before? They are the peacekeepers within the city. They are the Gloomstalkers.
A suitably fascist name for a police force.
For the first time this evening, I find myself in agreement with you.
Yes, that's how it starts. First, it's all conspiracy theories, and then all psilocybin's proved right, and then it's just facts.
I think someone's had one too many mushrooms. That is a strange name for police, though.
I didn't say they were police.
Oh, peacekeepers.
I said they were the law enforcement, the peacekeepers. They are merely the power.
Oh. And who's in control? Who's in command of them?
Who controls power?
Anyone. If you know how to use it and get it correctly, anyone.
I don't know the name of their leader. I would assume they would have one, but they do have rather a dark reputation. They're not individuals that you would want to get on the wrong side of.
That throws my plan out the window.
Well, it definitely sounds like it's some kind of large-scale capitalist conglomerate. As I said before, it's probably big torch. They're making a fortune out here in all this gloom.
Tell me, Corbin, are we free to leave the city?
I am not going to stop you.
What happens if we do leave the city? You say you aren't, but will the peacekeepers try?
I do not know. You are free to try.
Who are these peacekeepers keeping peace from? Who is...
Those who would disturb the peace.
And who might that be?
Who disturbs the peace where you're from?
Me. Normally. Well, that's what they say anyway. They only woke up naked once. It's blown right out of proportion.
Then it is individuals like this, and I indicate Psilocybin, who they would keep the peace from.
So keep him out of sight. Got it.
Either that or just keep him quiet.
He's a noisy
Loads
one.
of people have tried to gag me. It don't really work. They say I talk out my ass too.
He's the funny one, though. He's quite comedic.
There is only one major issue with leaving the town.
And that is?
The darkness.
Has anyone else tried to leave?
Many people leave.
And
People come and
what
go.
happens to them?
I can but assume that they travel the lands.
How do you come to this darkness?
You merely go to the gates and you step out.
I say we let the Golden Dragonborn go first, anyways.
Says the icy dragonborn who's good for nothing.
We're cooler than you, literally and figuratively.
Two of you just practice cold. What the hell is that?
Effective, Frostfall will say.
Now,
can
boys.
my
Maybe calm down. This conversation's going to drag on.
Tell me, Corvin, do you know of anybody within these city limits who may be able to help us regain our memory of how we came here?
I may know some who could potentially have knowledge of this. And we could approach them.
What would the risks be?
What is the risks with approaching anyone with the power to traverse planes?
Yeah, true.
This seems like an answer for Frostfall. He's got that big brain, I can tell.
He has more common sense than any of us, so...
Archmages and people of great power are fickle at best. They are just as likely to capture you and experiment on you as they are to aid or assist you. By all means, it is worth a try, but we must tread carefully. With caution, friends, with caution.
So, do I need to roll to see who I would know who would be best for this position? What would you? I roll a.
Just roll the d20.
How do I do that on here?
Just there's a picture of a dice.
Yep, found it. That is a amazing 3.
The last you heard, your contact had left the city.
Did I know where he was going? The only individual that I know who would be able to help us is currently not in the city. Maybe you would like to entertain yourselves.
I think we've already established that this isn't that sort of venue.
We have a mushroom. I mean, we have a mushroom-loving human that is quite humorous. He could be entertaining. And a joke-making golden dragonborn.
and my fire comes near my face. It's kind of coming from the side of my teeth. I'm showcasing anger towards Alcor, and I am ready to get into a fight now.
Okay.
See, he sparks up the room with just a smile.
I look over and I say, if you're going to fight, at least take it outside. This is a nice tea house.
And all I'd say is that, you know, these fascist police force types, these gloom wanderers or whatever they're called, these fascist police, they'll probably have you for disturbing the peace if you end up farting.
Fighting is generally a classic description of disturbing the peace.
Yeah, see, I told you, old psilocybin, he's got some about him as well. It's not just this frosty face fella. You know, I've got wisdom beyond my years.
Quite. Well, it seems that our road leads outside the city. Gorvin, will you accompany us? Will you act as our guide?
I am interested in finding the answers of how you got here, so I shall accompany you for now.
I mean, we don't even know who your contact is, and if they saw us just walking over, appear out of nowhere, I feel like they would try and not kill us, but hurt us at most.
We're in a place that lives in perpetual darkness. I fear that everything's going to be
Exactly.
trying to kill us once we walk out of these towns.
The world will try to kill you when you walk outside the walls.
Well, it looks like you're all going to have a crash course on what it's like being homeless then.
Would you like to go for a wander then? Would you
It
like me
could be
to
interesting.
direct you to some locations of beauty that I know around, that I like to visit and relax in?
Is this another brothel?
If you have visited a brothel before this, it is not. If you haven't visited a brothel before this, it is still not.
Right, I'm not intelligent enough. He's talking in riddles or something here. Crossball.
He's saying no.
Right, well, I'll say it like some kind of tourist guide round city then, I suppose.
I just thought you might like to know the environment within which you are currently residing.
I think you mean
It will
trapped.
likely be beneficial for you to know this.
Right, well, as long as I've got Cobra Kai and alcohol with me to be acted as bodyguards, I'll be fine.
Quite. They do seem rather martial in their abilities. Pray, lead the way.
So, I finish my cup of tea, and then I stand up and say, if you would follow me then. I shall leave the
room.
tea house and await them outside on the street.
The halfling nods as you leave. And
I'm gonna quickly grab the kettle, pour myself a drink, and quickly just down it before going out.
Okay.
You need a drink before going.
it's hot. Tingles a little bit. There's a small taste in the bottom of the cup, like ash. No side effects. Just tastes a little ashy.
God, boy, you will enjoy this. I'll just walk out.
I walk out as well.
I'll follow.
Frostfall, you taking up the back?
Yeah, Frostfall will take the rear. Can I take a moment to cast a spell upon myself?
You can.
It will be mage armor.
Is your mage armor like a visible effect on you, or is it just something that?
You mean, does it have a sort of visible?
Yeah, yeah. Does it like?
Only
Does it look like you're a little sparkly? Or...
just a slight opaque, shimmering cloud of snowflakes, perhaps, if you were to get close enough.
So, yeah, you cast it and you step out. As you step outside, Corvin's waiting for you on the street.
I'll can I take the opportunity to kind of checking with Kai and just say, so what's the deal then? You golden dragons don't like the white dragons then?
Yeah, all these creatures of the cold just give me the shivers. They are
But
I mean, but why? Like you're both like Dragonborn, aren't you? Is there really that much of a difference?
his ancestry is weak and poor. I come from a royal line. Dragons have been creatures of fire. Cold is
we
something new.
adapted.
These were the outcasts that we threw out of our behemoth, and they took escape into the cold lands, and we don't want to mix with them.
Different
Okay.
people have different stories. You just have the wrong one.
Well, this sounds like something that old psilocybin's not going to be able to fix with a 5-minute conversation. Then I'll leave you two to it.
As you step outside, psilocybin you happen to notice that the street is full of people staring up at the sky.
I thought they've all been here for a while. They expect to see this blackness, and I'll look up and see what they're looking at themselves.
Strangely, the sky seems slightly darker, if that's possible.
And gone. Has it gone from very, 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 very dark grey to very, 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 very dark grey, or is it just me?
Can it get darker to darker grey? Maybe.
Is it impacting our eyesight? Like, is the visibility impacted?
Kwon, is that normal? Is it slightly darker than the normal darkness?
It is not usual. I look around to see if there is anyone that I know around that might have more information. You know,
No, make a perception check.
17.
I mean, there are people around that you know, mostly friendly with you. We'll let you get on with your business.
I approach and ask, "What's going on?"
Have you not heard? There's been reports of large shadow dragons, but we can't see anything.
Thank you for the information.
Just be safe.
As always, and you too.
Very well. And they turn and they like scatter away.
I return to the group and say, there are reports of some dangerous animals around. So, maybe leaving the walls is probably not the best idea. But I have I have another idea that would allow you to see what it is like. If you would follow me to some of the gardens.
I'm sorry, dangerous how?
Are you watching the sky?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll look up into the sky, just like dangerous how? Look up.
As you look, you glanced up when psilocybin had mentioned it, and you saw that yes, the darkness did seem a little bit different. As you look up now, it's back to how it was before.
Yeah, it is odd. Okay.
Can I just point out, Alcor? I did get your name right this time, didn't I, Alcor? Can I just point out, using the benchmark of weird in this place might not be good. I fear that everything's going to be classified as weird.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
I'm saying this as someone who's on the spectrum of weird, right? So yeah, just bear that one in mind.
No, you're not wrong there. It is entirely a weird place. What? I don't know what would be a good word to describe this place in a house, so I guess intriguing.
For me, I simply call it home.
I call it spooky and freaky as fuck.
I would be inclined to agree.
You see, that's the second one there, Frostfall. Agreeing with me again.
Yes, I fear it may be habit forming. Corvin, please lead the way to these gardens.
And I shall head off in the directions to some of the gardens where the light isn't around.
So, as you approach, fence, Alcor, Kai, psilocybin, Frostfall. The fence you can see a small line of trees, maybe 1 foot, 2 foot, and then nothing but darkness.
Very strange.
So, Corvin, you told us that coming here will help us figure out what is happening.
No, coming here will let you know what the area around is like, what the general world outside of the walls is like. And I walk into the gardens.
Yeah, you walk in. Follow the path.
I think all of us followed Corvin.
Hang on.
Go
I'll be
ahead.
honest. My mum used to say, don't follow strangers into dark corners.
Where do you live, though?
I mean, I live in an alleyway, but I mean, don't start getting smart with me, alcohol, right? You go first and I'll follow you then. You can be the first one to die. Your screams will warn me.
Let the Golden Dragonborn.
I am
Let the Golden Dragonborn. He says his race is so superior. Let him be the first to go.
following Corvin because I don't
Okay.
fear anything.
So you see, actions are stronger than
Okay.
words. Alcohol.
So, you follow Corvin through the gate, into the darkness. You get 5 feet in. You turn around, you can still see everyone standing outside. In front of you, you can see 5 feet.
Okay.
Into the darkness.
I turn around and say, "Scared, are we?"
Well, if you die, I'm gonna want to see it, aren't I?
And I take one step,
Keep going.
ahead towards Corvin.
As you step in, you can see a little bit of light where they are, but between you and them, nothing. Around you, you can't see any further than maybe 5 feet.
And how far is Corvin from me?
I've walked into
You have
the centre
no
of the
idea.
garden and found a nice bench.
You have no idea.
So I'm
At
just
which point I shall
walking-
sit down, pull out a sheet of parchment and my calligrapher's supplies and start writing some notes.
So I'm walking like a headless chicken. Can I light up some kind of light for me to see what's happening?
Yeah, you can take out a torch.
Yeah.
Light a
So
torch.
I'll light a torch and try to light up the area.
Okay. Your vision is now extended. You can now see 10
Okay.
feet. You can now see that there is a
Mhm.
tree just outside of your vision that if you'd kept going, you would have walked into.
Okay. And
Everyone else, you see the light of the torch come up, and you can see trees around Kai in the darkness.
okay.
Mm.
Can I still see Corvin, or can I see Corvin now, or it's still?
You have no idea how far to the middle is.
Okay. I'll turn right and try to take 5 paces towards right and see if I can
Okay.
see anything.
As you turn, you step to the right, you step between the trees, you start walking. Make a dexterity saving throw. Everyone else, you watch as Kai disappears into the darkness.
Natural 20.
As you're walking, the light reflects off a puddle on the floor, and you manage to avoid falling into a pond.
Whew. Saved. On either side of me, can I see anything else apart from?
You can see trees, you can see a
Mhm.
bench. Other than that, nothing outside of 10 feet.
Okay. Can I walk towards the bench?
Yeah, you can walk towards the bench. There's no one sitting there.
Mm. Yeah, I'll keep on going. I'll keep on exploring. Keep moving against
Okay.
on the right hand side to see if I can find someone or something around that.
Okay. So, what the rest of you doing?
Well, if I don't go, that dragon's gonna call me a coward. I'm just gonna start walking out.
As you step into the darkness, 5 feet you can see. Then you can still see 5 feet in front of you. You turn around. The group is getting further away. You can still see the light of the street where they were, but it's getting further away, and there's nothing but darkness between you and them.
Can I light a torch as well? As I do have one. I've got 10.
Yep, you light a torch.
Yeah.
You can now see up to 10 feet in any direction.
I'll just go the way I saw. Do I still see the light from the other torch?
No.
Okay. I'll just head in the general direction I think it went in.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex. No, that's deception. No, Dex AC saving throw. That is a 15.
You manage to avoid walking into a tree that suddenly comes out of the darkness into your light. Step around it. And you just keep walking. Leaving the 2 humans outside.
Would I be able to cast Produce Flame to produce a flickering flame in my hand to hold out in front of me, please?
Yeah. Little flame.
I'll turn around to Frost. Hey, Frostfall, we going in there or not? All the Dragonborns have gone in. Same with the creepy guy as well. Don't be left out here alone.
Nay, I do not. I shall accompany you.
Thank you. It's mostly for my safety.
Pray, tarry a moment, and I will cast light upon my quarterstaff, and
Okay.
I will then follow behind.
Okay. So as you follow, you step into the darkness. You can see 10 feet in front of you. You can see the trees. You can see a path. You can see a couple of footprints as they've gone off in one direction. A couple of footprints that appear to have gone off in a different direction. You turn around. The lights of the street are getting further away in the darkness. It just takes a little bit longer.
Alcor,
Oh.
Kai, can you hear us? I try calling out to them. Seems the obvious thing to do.
I turn around and hear the voice. Who is it?
Yeah,
Who
you
is
hear
it who calls upon me?
'Tis Frostbane. We cannot see your light. Where are you? Can we try and ascertain which direction he is?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Bear with me a moment. Uh, 5 and... Yeah, 5. 5 and 10, so 5 is the lowest.
You know roughly the direction that his reply came in, but it sounded like it was moving, and it's really hard to pinpoint exactly which direction it came from.
Salabin, I am unsure as to where our Dragonborn friends have gone, but let us stay together in each other's light and try and find them. Unless you have any arcane magic which can help locate them.
I've got a floating spectral flame popping out my hand. What more magic do you want than this?
Well, if that is the extent of your abilities, then let us try more mundane. Lead the way.
I'm gonna shout out. Be careful, there's a tree ahead. Watch out.
Can't believe we got lost in darkness already. It's been, what, 5 minutes?
I did try to warn you. The Shadowfell is a dread place.
Corvin, you're watching as the lights are moving around, stumbling. 2 lights have come in together.
I finish writing my poetry. Dust my sheet with the sand to make sure that the ink is dry before rolling it, and packing my calligraphy sets away. And I shall stand up and approach the nearest light.
Alcohol, make a perception check.
Perception. Oh god. That is a 7.
From beside a tree that appears out of the darkness, Corvin steps into the very edge of your light.
You see some of the dangers of the Shadowfell now, I feel.
Not really expecting it. Just turn around. Holy crap! You need to stop coming out of the shadows.
I am
Yes,
merely
I do
moving.
get it.
If you follow me, some of your companions are this way. And I indicate a direction and start walking in that direction.
I'll go with him.
Okay. You keep up. Are you just walking at regular pace?
Yes, not rushing, just a measured walk.
And you keep him in the very edge of your light
Yeah, I keep him in the edge of the light. So I
as you
to
get
that
to
distance.
lead him through the trees. And you get to Kai. Make a perception check.
That's me? Or yeah, okay.
Yep, you.
12.
You can see a light maybe 15, 20 feet in front of you, pass in front from right to left, heading in what you assume is the way out.
So I see the light because I've not seen anything else. I kind of move towards it and see what I can find. I pace myself a bit faster this time. Yeah.
You move a little faster, you catch up, and you pass by a tree, and you can see Alcor in his ball of light moving forward. And you can see at the other end of his ball of light, Corvin heading forward.
Okay. So I'll quickly say, Corvin, finally I found you. What? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I look to you and say, yes, it is. It is a danger that you must anticipate while here. I thought this might be a good introduction for you, where you will be less likely to find some of the true dangers of the Shadowfell.
Well, I nearly drowned and also nearly bumped into a tree, so I'll just follow you now.
You do realize that I assume you mean the pond?
Yes.
It is no more than 2 feet
Oh.
deep.
Whew.
Is a golden dragon scared of some water?
You want to pick a fight, you white, filthy creature.
I mean, we're kind of both effective against each other. That I can stop your melt my ice. I mean, you won't really get anywhere.
I'm just taking an aggressive stance and still staring you in the eye. Whatever I can see in my visible range.
While they're doing this, can I see another ball of light around?
Oh, you can see psilocybin and frostfall scanning either side and walking forward slowly, avoiding trees when they come up.
While they're having that conversation, I just walk towards them.
Okay. Corvin disappears from your light.
Oh god, I'm gonna go follow since I don't really want to lose sight of him.
Okay, you're gonna move faster.
Yeah, move faster so I can keep him in sight.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh god. That's a 15.
Following the direction that you think he went in. Then you see a shape move past a tree. You head.
Yes,
You follow
I
it.
follow it.
I am also following Alcor, so
You follow along. Psilocybin, frostfall. Make a perception check.
So 11 for me.
Only marginally better. 12 for Frostfall.
Between the two of you, you notice that there's a ball of light that suddenly comes out of the darkness, maybe 20, 30 feet away, and then another one that appears behind it, and they seem to be heading towards you. From behind a tree, Corvin steps out.
Damn it, Quentin, stop doing that.
I concur. It is rather unnerving.
I am merely walking. Maybe you can become more observant.
Corvin, make a perception check.
Nine.
So, as everyone is being brought back together, you notice some movement out the corner of your eye in the darkness, but between two trees, off to your right.
I keep an eye in that direction, but I just
So,
The
So-
four of you are now brought back together with Corvin in the middle. Your lights together extend to, you can see maybe 15 feet in all directions. You are standing, lovely path, footprints going through the dirt on either side of it, trees marking the corners, and it's a crossroads in the middle of what appears to be a park.
How quaint. But, Corbin, What is it you're looking at?
Something caught the corner of my eye.
Are we safe?
Are we ever truly safe in this world?
Will we ever get a direct answer from a question?
Probably not.
So, Quintin, quick question. I have this issue, right? I can't see darkness. I can use magic, but I only see like 10 feet in front of me. How do you guys go out of this city and be able to see all these freaky, slightly darker things moving in the darkness?
I simply see in the darkness.
Well, that's not very helpful to me, is it? I can't see in darkness.
He was born in the darkness. He was born in the darkness, molded by it even. I had to say it.
Yes, as the White One said, it is an inbuilt trait of me, that I was born with, that any that are born here are usually born with some form of vision for the darkness.
Well, it seems quite obvious then. We need to find these organ people and try and get some corneas of some people who live around here, because I can't see shite.
I don't think that will work as you think it will.
Sure, I'll just like, jam it in there. I'm a medicine man. I make mushrooms and pastes and stuff like that. I know how medicine works.
Feel free to try.
Alcohol. Do you fancy giving it a try?
Oh my god.
Psilocybin, make a perception check.
Say 14.
On the very edge of your light, similar to where Corvin was looking, you see movement between two trees.
Right. Quantum dude, right? Fellow who lives in darkness. Someone moved over there in the darkness. I seen the extra darkness moving in the darkness.
Can I focus in that area to see if I can?
Yeah, make a perception check.
13.
You see shadowy fingers appear around a tree.
Is it like fingers made of shadow, or
They appear to be made of shadow.
I shall pull my dagger and throw it in the direction.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Dirty 20.
The hand disappears around the corner.
I walk towards it, hand on my sword at my hip.
Roll for initiative.
Okay. That's not the best.
20.
Ooh. I got a 9.
As did I.
What's your dex?
My dex is +1.
I've got +2 to my dex.
What's
A
roll?
4.
Okay, cool. Kai.
6.
Okay. Psilocybin. I believe you're going first.
Okay.
You watch as Corvin moves out of the light and starts walking into the shadow of the trees at the very edge of your light.
In all of this, could I see the rough outline of the tree by any chance?
Yeah, you can see the very front of the tree.
Okay. I would like to attack with Produce Flame. and throw a ball of fire into the canopy of the
gonna-
tree.
Use the one you've got in your hand.
Yes, I am. Okay, that is an 11 to the attack.
I mean, it's a tree. It's not going anywhere.
And it's a
Sorry.
7 for damage. I mean, it's a tree, but
The canopy of the tree. You assume it's at the canopy, so you throw it up. You see as starts putting out light. Above you, maybe 20 feet. You're not 100% certain how long it will last, but it's currently burning.
yeah, that ends my turn.
Oh, cool.
I think I'm oh, if it's burning, it's going to produce more light. I'm going to bring out just take off from my back my great axe, hold it in 2 hands, and just hold my action.
Corvin.
I shall retrieve my dagger.
Yep, you pick it up.
Can I see the creature that was there?
Make a perception check.
4.
No.
Obviously.
You know that they can move quickly. We also know that you injured it, so it's probably not gone very far.
I shall draw my longsword, and I shall have dagger in one hand, longsword in the other hand, and I shall hold my action until I see it. At which point I shall then attack.
Okay. Cool. Kai.
I take the torch that I have in my hand, put it on my shield so that I still have visibility. I
Okay.
take out
Are you putting it behind, or if you got some kind of?
just the stem of the torch is that long that even if I put it behind, it comes up towards the top of
Yeah. No, that's what I was asking. So
Yeah.
you lock it in behind.
Correct.
You got a bracket
Correct.
just for this, so you can.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I put it behind my shield. I take out my long sword. I get into my fighting stance, and I'm ready to fight now.
Hold your action.
Yes.
Frostfall.
I can't currently see it. Is that right? It's hiding.
You can only see the front of the tree that the dagger
Okay.
disappeared
I will
past.
sort of put my back to Sullivan and look all around and hold a readied action. If one of the shadow creatures comes within range, I will cast Ray of Frost on it.
Are you using a spellbook? Do you read from your spellbook to cast, or you have
I
a
use
focus?
a component pouch.
Cool. So, is it hanging from your staff?
It's
on your
tied on my
belt?
belt on my right hip. So if I'm ready to
Okay.
action, probably my quarterstaff's in my left hand. My right hand's currently in my component pouch, ready to pull out the components for spell and cast it.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so Corvin. What's your armor class?
17.
Right in front of you, a hand reaches out from behind the tree. You see it come out of the shadow and grab at you, trying to grab the front of your
Robes.
cloak and pull you towards it. But as it does, it misses.
So, as it has made its location known, is it in close combat with me then? As in,
It's
Within
close
5
enough.
feet.
It's close enough within 5 feet.
Okay, so what I shall do is I shall attack with my longsword to strike
Okay. Make an attack roll.
it. 10.
Yes. Where you thought it was, must have been the other hand that reached towards you. Was it passes through nothing?
Okay.
So, psilocybin, your fire casts enough of a light that you see Corvin swing his sword at what appears to be nothing. So, Frostfall, you notice this too because there's movement within the shadow. Because the light from the tree is shining down.
Okay. Will that trigger my ready action?
What's the range
60
on your
feet.
spell? Yeah, it's within 60 feet.
12 to hit.
12
Dealing
hits.
2 cold damage.
Okay. Corvin, in front of you, you see the shadow kind of freeze momentarily beside the tree as he gets hit by a blast of cold. Psilocybin.
So can I also see where?
You can
Yep.
see Corvin just about in the
Okay.
darkness. The light that you cast into the tree is providing some light, not a huge amount. It's sort of like casting more shadows.
But I could see him attacking something in front of him.
Yeah, you saw him, his shape. You know roughly where
Okay.
he went. You saw him attacking.
I'll firstly shout out, "Don't worry, Quinting!" And I will cast Entangle just in front of him.
Okay. What's the save?
It is a 13. Strength check of 13.
Okay. So describe your spell. How does it? What does it visually look like?
Series of vines sprout out from the ground, but rather than thorns, they have teeny tiny little mushrooms attached to them.
Okay. Corvin, in front of you, you see the vines burst from the ground and wrap around a shadow.
And that ends my turn.
Alcor.
Now I've seen this shadow. Do I know? Can I see it or?
You can see the very edge of the vines, and it looks like they're like wrapped around something.
And how far away is this?
Maybe 20 feet.
I'll go about 10 feet closer and then use my breath weapon on it.
Okay. Line or cone?
Let's check. And does not say. I think it's cone. You can. It doesn't say. I think probably just line. It might be a cone, but I'm just gonna go with line.
Hold on. Breath weapon. Right. Cone.
Oh, it's a cone. Okay.
So, are you aiming your cone at the vines?
Yes. Whatever's entangled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to make a Constitution saving throw of 12.
Okay. Roll for damage.
That's 9 damage.
The vines freeze. The black shape within it goes white. As the frost takes over. How much damage did your vines do? Or is it just a...
It's just a
They're restrained.
yeah, restraint spell.
Okay. Corvin, you watch as a cone of cold blows through the trees, freezing the vines.
So what I shall do is I shall jump back about 10 feet.
I mean, it's aimed at the vine, so
Yeah,
you are the other side of the tree.
I'm still jumping to the side to the 10 feet so I can get a clear line of sight to the creature, and then I shall bring my sword up and swing it down in an arc, and as I do, I shall launch an energy blade from my sword as I use it as my focus to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So
17
hits.
And that is
Go and roll for damage.
7 damage.
You don't need to. As the... I mean, the effect is what? Like a visible blade?
Yeah, so as I swing the sword down, it looks like I cut the air as an arc of purpley blue tinged energy creates, and at the finish, as the swing finishes, that arc launches forwards in the direction and slashes into the creature.
You all watch as... and shatters into a million pieces. Bits of vine and bits of frost-covered shadow explode everywhere and scatter to the ground. Silence fills the immediate area around you.
Can I let off a fart?
It smells sweet, kind of like roses.
Excellent. It's now that the
Just to
tension's
break
gone.
the tension.
It's a bit of a yeah. So
Break the ice.
Frostfall will stumble back a half step and go, Corvin, I thought you said this place was meant to be safe. What was that creature?
That is one of the denizens of this realm. They are merely known as shadows. Nowhere is truly safe.
That was a big word you used. Denizens. What does that
It
mean?
means people who live here.
Ah, fair enough. I mean, we are in the Shadowfell, and they're called Shadow People, so that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, I get that.
As this has been a rather fruitful encounter to show you what some of the dangers within this realm is, and the hazards with which you will have to face while you reside here until we can find out what is going on. Shall we find somewhere that we can retire to?
I think a good place to try and not to rest, but actually yes, to rest. But we'll need someone to keep guard.
Well, I was not meaning to rest in this garden, for this is merely a public garden.
I know of a lovely alleyway that I found. Right, it's beautiful, covered on all sides.
You love
What's
your
overhand?
alleyways.
As much as I see you enjoy your alleyway lifestyle, the guards, the Gloomstalkers would probably take offense at somebody like you sleeping in alleyways. They like to keep things tidy.
Someone like me. Someone, yeah, you all hear that? Someone like me. Hey, what's he saying? Well, I tell you what then, right, Kwong, right, you can pay for my tavern bill then. If I'm not allowed to sleep outside, you can pay.
I am sure we can find some suitable accommodation for you.
I fear that man may be an alcoholic.
Shush you.
And I fear that alcohol has nothing to do with it.
I do not know how you tell day from night here. My mind is fuzzy.
That is usually an indication that you are tired.
Quite. Where do you suggest we bed for the night? I too do not fancy staying in an alley.
I can lead us to a friendly tavern with an inn with some rooms.
As long as it is not inhabited by more of those shadow creatures, then please lead on.
Within the main city itself, the Gloomstalkers are usually rather good at keeping shadows at bay. Shall we? And I indicate in the direction of the exit of the garden.
As we walk, I'd like to have another conversation with Kai, if possible.
Yeah. I'm kind of stunned with what has happened, but my guards are now seriously up. I am not wholeheartedly understanding what Corvin is trying to do, or where and how we are going about and following Corvin. So I follow, but then I stay a bit behind, keep my guards up, and just try to understand what else is happening. I also kind of recommend that should we be reporting this to the peacekeepers?
So, Mr. Kai, Prince Kai, I don't know what you like to be called. You did say you were royalty after all, didn't you? Right. So here's my issue. Seems like this is a pretty dangerous place. And you and alcohol over there, right? You two seem like...
Alcohol.
Yeah, that's what I said, Mr.
No, just alcohol.
Anyway, you two seem like pretty capable people. We can't have you two fighting when we've got all these shadow creatures trying to kill psilocybin over here. Do you reckon you can get over your role, him being a lower class, you being higher class?
There's no
try.
class in it.
I'll try, as long as Alcor doesn't step on my nerves.
There's no class in it. There's different stories to every side.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Alcohol. But at the end of the day, this fellow over here is a prince. And he can probably pay for my bar tab tonight if, Kwong over here doesn't. So what do you say? Can old psilocybin count on you? Because I'll be honest, I'm completely brassic here. I've got nothing on me but my mushrooms.
Well, I can't promise that I'll help you pay for them, but I can promise that you'll get them and get out.
Seems like a doable for me. I mean, we got this creepy elf over here. He seems to know what the deal is with, all this stuff with the darkness. We got big brain Frostfall, and then two what seem like quite capable Dragonborns. I think if any team can make it out of this creepy ass place, it's probably us. We all bring something. I clearly bring the charisma.
And the mushrooms.
And the mushrooms.
And the looks.
And the looks, of course. But the smell's only temporary.
And the humour.
No, I think Kwong over there brings that.
Huh.
So, you follow Corvin back out of the darkness. onto the main street. Your vision returns to normal. You can extinguish torches if you want, or you can keep carrying them.
No, I think Frostfall will dispel his light. It probably serve only to attract unwanted attention, and he'll relay his fear to the rest of the party as well.
Yes, you're not wrong there. However, if I do put this torch out, I don't want to waste a good torch.
Then put the torch away as well.
Yes, you're not wrong there. I'll extinguish my torch and then just put it away.
Okay. Kai, are you extinguishing your torch?
As soon as we exit this garden and enter into the area which is protected by the protectors, is when I will extinguish my torch. Not a second before.
No, that's cool. So, 10, 15, 20-minute walk through the city. Streets, some of them look the same, fairly easy to get turned around. Corvin, you lead them up to fairly nondescript looking tavern. No sign above the door. The door is open. Lights are on inside.
Night.
Lead them in.
Yeah.
There is no one behind the door, behind the bar.
I shall walk up to the bar and I'm assuming this is somewhere that I regularly visit.
Yeah.
I shall call out for the usual hosts.
Couple of seconds pass. Door swings open in the back. Fairly well-tailored suit wearing, black-skinned, hair pulled back, ponytail down the back.
I need to get going.
Corvin, welcome. Been a few days.
It has. I have been around.
I see you've attracted some new friends.
Yes, they are new to the area.
Indeed, they certainly look it.
I was hoping you had some rooms available.
Maybe two,
I am sure.
if you
I
don't
am
mind
sure
sharing.
we can fit into.
I mean, do they mind sharing?
If they dislike sharing, they can go without.
Indeed.
Old psilocybin doesn't mind sharing.
I ask if I can get a huge barrel of ale before I get into the same room with 4 other men or males.
The division of the room, I'll let you decide on that. There are 2 rooms. We're not the most high-end of places. 10 copper a night is generally what we charge. However, the price does go up if you break stuff. We don't tend to like you breaking stuff.
I look at him and I say, if these good people would like to share your 2 rooms, I shall conduct myself to the corner as I want to do.
Yes. Be sure you stay out of trouble, Corvin.
I never go looking for trouble, but as you know, it usually finds me.
Indeed. So, how do you want to split up the rooms?
Solomon, I don't believe it would be wise for Alcor and Kai to share quarters. So, perhaps you reside with Kai this evening and I shall stay with Alcor.
Sounds good to me.
Your Majesty.
I look at psilocybin and assume that he has some good mushrooms for me before I call it a night.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, yes, I've got some mushrooms, but you know, the whole Shadowfell thing seems to have affected them somewhat. I'm not really sure on what kind of an effect they have.
I take back my ale and have 2 glasses, chug down those 2 glasses, and then see, let's go to the room. And I retire to my
upstairs.
room.
You head upstairs to the room.
Yep.
Psilocybin, are you following?
I will, and as I walk up the stairs, I'll take the opportunity to shove my hands down my back, my lower back. Let's say, because we're on the internet, my lower back, and I'll pick a mushroom from down there, ready to give to Kai. I'm intrigued to see what will happen.
You don't know.
So, Prince Kai, King Kai, whatever you want to be known as. So I do happen to have this one mushroom, this grey mushroom. It's up to you if you want to take it or not.
I'll hand it over to him.
I'll look at it.
It looks like mushrooms that you would normally have seen on the material plane. This one is slightly grayer in color.
Can I do a perception check on it to see if I get the right vibes from it or not?
I'd say make a religion check.
Amazing. 4.
You get the sense that it's not evil. It's not going to affect it. It doesn't go against your beliefs. The mushroom is not going to do anything that will cause you to change your personality or anything like that. It's not going to. It probably has some kind of regenerative effects, maybe, but you're not sure.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll eat the mushroom and take one corner of the room and just try to fall asleep. I've already had my ale, so I'm kind of drunk. So,
So you eat the mushroom.
Yep.
There's a man who's had mushrooms before. He knows exactly what to do. Go into your corner and wait for the effects.
You feel fine? No adverse side effects?
Of course, psilocybin PLC does not actually condone any side effects that may be caused or not caused by the ingesting of psilocybin PLC mushrooms. You are aware of that?
I'm drunk enough to not even acknowledge that statement.
You look over in the corner. Psilocybin. The voice is coming from the corner, but Kai is not visible.
Dragonborn, where have you gone, mate? Are you there? Are you still with us? You see?
You look out. You can still see him. He's still there.
I can see him, but given that I'm drunk, I do not wish to acknowledge him. I'll say, sleep, human, sleep, get the rest.
Okay. That's me.
How many mushrooms did I grow?
Not sure. You didn't roll,
Yeah.
but it's all right. It's time for a long rest.
Perfect.
So, Frostfall, you head up to the room of Alcor. Find a corner. Settle down. You each get a long rest,
Oh, cool.
and we shall end it there.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much for joining. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Some more adventures in the Shadowfell.